What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you an update on my hair journey. So previously I have talked about how I was having issues with my scalp, etc, etc. I was also talking about, you know, wanting to see the length of my hair improve, etc, etc, etc. I really focus in on this whole video about the journey of my scalp and like understanding what is going on and potentially what I have narrowed it down to being, and like how I effectively am going to move forward with that situation. But I also at the very tail end kind of address my length and like how I've improved in that avenue, etc. So that's pretty much it. That is the situation. I did of course do this look because it is a get ready with me. I know one or two people actually wanted to see this look, so hopefully seeing me do the look and then kind of after I was doing the look I tell you guys what the shades are. Hopefully that'll work. Let me know if you legit want a tutorial. I don't mind doing it, but since I already needed to do makeup before I went to work and this is like kind of my work makeup look, I figured I would just do this look. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Let's get into the tutorial and the rambling on. Okay, so if you're wondering what I'm going to be putting on my face, it's pretty much going to be Project Pan. I am getting ready before work, and I do need to do some errands before even getting to work, so nothing special. I will have all of the information of the items down below for you guys. So let's start off. About, I want to say last year, I want to say, or early this year, somewhere around there, I had quite a few allergic reactions and I talked about them on my channel. I couldn't figure out what was going on, and so I kept waking up in the morning with literally my eyes so swollen that I could barely see out of them, and I was just having quite a few allergic reactions and I could not hone in on what it was. So I pretty much just stopped using everything, makeup, skincare, hair care, pretty much, to figure out what was going on. I then slowly and methodically added certain things back into my routine. Some of the older products that like I've been using for quite a bit of time, I started to add back in. There is sometimes in the event some people actually like, not to say gain allergies, but they like, oh my gosh, the sun is really playing me. Sometimes people actually like, what is it called? Become allergic to products even though they've been using the products for years. Okay, sorry to lose some of that light, but it was too much. So I really wanted to slowly build in all of the older products that I was used to using to try and hone in on what the product was. And I narrowed it down to 2 products at that point, and then I kind of just didn't use either of those products and I just kind of went about my business, and I was able to kind of calm down, if you will, the allergic reactions. I did do some allergy tests just to figure out maybe what it was specifically, and I did get some more information about that. Side note on that situation, I had to put like, I don't even know, I think it was like almost 100 different like possible allergens on my back, and basically they had to sit there for a couple of days to see kind of what I was most allergic to. And I've already done allergy tests before. I used to go to an allergist and all of that when I was younger, and then I kind of honestly just gave up because it was just pointless for me. My allergies, you know, they're annoying and they were very bad when I was younger, but they've definitely dissipated somewhat, to the point where now that I'm kind of a grown adult, I just don't care anymore. I don't care if I have a couple of really bad days. I have a really couple of bad days. It's not going to kill me. I don't really take any allergy meds at all. No Claritin, no Benadryl, none of it. And pretty much all of the allergy meds that are like being pumped to people at this point, I have tried, and none of them worked. Now granted, I tried them late 90s, you know, early 2000s. So have they maybe changed the formula? Yeah, but like, I can't go through that. I don't care, and I don't want to, so I'm not going to. Not all of that struggle again. So I've already been to the allergist, so I just went back to my old one, which was kind of interesting seeing her again, and like her seeing me again, and just kind of catching up while trying to figure out what was going on with me. Like I said, I took the allergy test. She gave me like a packet full of information about the potential allergens that I have. You know, I am a very simple person, okay? And the fact that the packet that she gave me had a bunch of like scientific clinical names, don't get me wrong, okay? I do have what's my bachelor's degree? It's like a social science. So I took enough natural science classes that like I can finesse. I can, you know, finesse until I make it, or what is it called? Fake it till I make it. I can definitely do that. But there's certain things that I just don't care to fake it, and it's definitely in those names, okay? That packet has been shoved under a stack of random old mail that at that point I just didn't have the time to open, and was not important. It was pretty much junk mail, and it hasn't left that stack. So yeah, so I figured that stuff out, and I kind of, at one point I was so diligent, and I was going through the 2 products that like I had honed down, and seeing if either of those products were, you know, any of those ingredients specifically that I had kind of tested positive or like allergic to or whatever have you. And I narrowed it down even further between the 2 to the one that I had just began trying. And at that point, you know, I've never been the person that like constantly pays attention to things after I put something new into my routine. It just, whatever, you know, I try it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And so to narrow it down to that product, and then realize this is a new product in my hair care routine I should have known, was fun. That was fun for me. So basically I am allergic to the Olaplex conditioner. I don't know what it is in that conditioner, but that is the one product that completely threw off my whole life, and I could not figure it out. It took me a little while, but I figured it out clearly because I stopped using it, and I was able to kind of get rid of all of the potential allergens. And I think the reason why I kept having an allergic reaction was because I had, you know, some of the like chemicals or whatever maybe on my pillow or on my satin lining and all of that stuff. And so it took a while for all of the potential allergens or whatever is in that conditioner to kind of completely leave my life. So yeah, I figured that out, right? So fast forward, I would say about 3-6 months, somewhere around there, where I start having difficulties with my scalp. And just to give some background, just to give you some background when it comes to me and my hair, I can't stand doing hair. I can't stand it. It takes too long, specifically my hair. My 4C hair is just, it is a bit much, and I just cannot. I can't be bothered. I can't. My mom loves hair, and it's like that part of the genetic code did not get passed down to me at all. It just did not get passed down to me. And so, like I said, I hate doing hair. So the idea of actually having to wash my hair once a week is already a bit much. And then the idea of having problems with my scalp and having to figure out what it was and then potentially like wash my hair more, it was all just not something that I look forward to in the least at all. And so I didn't. I kind of avoided it, and I started getting some scaly weirdness going on my scalp, and I didn't really address that situation until what happened. I would like be scratching my scalp, just like sitting down doing whatever, and then it was so dry. My scalp was so dry and so irritated that it would bleed. I don't have photographical evidence of this, thank the grands and the sons, because that's just not something that no, I'm not going to play myself like that, but we'll discuss the situation. So that's when I started to get worried, and I started to really be like, okay, what is it that I need to do to get this together? Because like I said, I never really liked doing my hair, so I never really paid attention to my hair, my scalp, any of that. And I was a religious once, every 2 weeks washing of my hair. Sometimes if I was busy, like when I was younger in high school, when I was doing so many sports, once a month my hair would be happy to get that wash day. I just didn't have the time nor care. I really didn't. And so to have to figure out what is going on with my hair, actually figure out how to take care of my hair, I did not appreciate in the least. But I did. I took the time. I started actually watching the hair YouTubers that I followed in the past, because I do go through spurts where I'm like, oh, I want to do something more than just my pineapple. Girl, no you don't. You are perfectly fine with your pineapple. Call it a day. But wishful thinking sometimes can really get you somewhere. It can really get you caught up. So I started watching those YouTubers, and I started being more informed about different types of conditioners and deep conditioners. There are different types of deep conditioners, some that have protein, some that don't have protein, all of that. And it's always so funny talking to like coworkers and whatever. And long story short, talking to one of my coworkers, we were talking about the fact that when I was younger, I was diagnosed with eczema. Do you see where this is going? And basically I realized, with the help of them, that there is a connection between all of those allergic reactions I was having and now this situation with my scalp. And basically what I can figure out is that it was kind of a late symptom that I just never dealt with, because I didn't know I had to deal with it until, of course, the fat lady sang. And so I ended up dealing with it, and I dealt with it in a variety of ways. So like I said, I Googled information, Googled products that people recommended, what the symptoms were, the signs, the diagnosis, all of that. And this all is coming to around November time period, where Beautylish did their gift card event, and I decided I was going to use the gift card event to get some products for my scalp, and that's all I was going to do. I think I might have purchased maybe one or two kind of for me items, but really I didn't pick up anything for me, or like fun items, if you will. So yeah, we get to the Beautylish gift card event, and I picked up the Sunday Riley serum. I will have hopefully some pictures, although I'll put them over there because I can't go over there. So I bought the Sunday Riley serum, and I also bought some other really expensive serum. Clinique? No. Chantecaille? I think it might have been like Chantecaille or something crazy like that. I don't know. But the one that's currently on the screen, that's the pink bottle, I used that a couple of times, and it just magically, pretty much effectively got rid of the scalp situation. It really moisturized and calmed the scalp, and I think that was the big thing that I could not figure out this whole period of time, where I was trying to really figure out and hone in on why my scalp was so agitated, I was moisturizing it, right? But I was not calming it down because it was clearly inflamed. It was clearly angry for some reason, but I was not taking the time to figure out, you know, how to calm my scalp down, which is why the issues continued to persist. And so just applying that product to my scalp has greatly, and I do mean greatly, increased my quality of life. I'm not sitting here scratching my head every 2 seconds and, you know, literally in pain because of whatever is going on. And it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm about to curl over and die type pain. Like, let's not be overly dramatic, but it was like an annoyance type of pain, if that makes sense. So yeah, that is a lifesaver. It was such a really good product for me, in addition to some of the other things that I was doing. So I was constantly oiling and moisturizing my scalp at this point. I was taking the time to really kind of separate my scalp and slowly apply cream, moisturizer, gel, whatever type of product I had available at the time. I would then of course seal all of it with oil, which is always good. That's kind of what I like to do. I know everybody has their own little methods, everybody has their own little tips and tricks, and like some people know that like their hair does not like oil, or their hair does not like gels or whatever. Honestly, I haven't taken the time to really narrow that stuff down, nor care to. I just really don't care to. As long as I find a couple of products that work for me, that's how I go when it comes to my hair. And you know, yeah, I've been doing that. I've also switched, so I have a conditioner and a shampoo from TGIN, which is like, thank God it's natural, I think. That's the name of the brand. I have 2 of their like cleansing-ish products. I don't know the name, so I'll have them on the screen hopefully too. So I have those products and I use those, I would say, every other time that I shampoo and condition my hair. Now the conditioner I'm using actually every time because I don't have 2 conditioners, but on the oddball times that I don't use the shampoo from that brand, I am using a non-fragrance kind of eczema proof or helpful shampoo that I was recommended by a friend and coworker. So I will have that on the screen as well. And what I will say about that is that it is very drying. So that is an extremely drying shampoo. And so for me, knowing that my 4C hair is already dry as it is, and it already has a tendency to break off and kind of go by the wayside, I don't use that every time I do my hair. And I try to immediately put my conditioner on and not really let that sit on the ends of my hair. I really try and focus that specific conditioner on my actual scalp, because that's the part that like I'm having difficulties with, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really I would recommend kind of all of these products. If you're wondering what oil I've been using to kind of seal everything together, I have been using the oil from Natural 85. What is her brand? I can't think of her brand. It's not Pattern. Another very popular Black owned company. So I use her oil to seal everything in, and I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying her products in general, and of course I will have that on the screen so you guys can see it too. So really it took some time for me to truly understand what was going on and to figure out a way for me to kind of reduce the issue, obviously, but also to hopefully not have that situation happen again in the future. And this is kind of what I've been doing. Now, do I never have like random, you know, patches or product buildup on my scalp? Of course not. Like I have that situation still happen. I had it when I was younger, but I never had it to the extent that I was dealing with this past kind of situation. And that's what was really frustrating me. I could not figure out really how to appease my scalp. So yeah, and the one good thing I really enjoy about that one kind of more bougie serum that kind of really just calmed my scalp down is that I find you use that one day and you're at least good minimum for the week. Now, like I said, I have only used it a handful of times. I would say at this point I've used it maybe 4 to 5 times, and it's worked. I haven't needed to really stress over that situation at all. Another thing that I needed to consider, and also kind of just have in the background, is the fact that I am working out, God willing, 5 times a week. And although that is not like an obscene amount of times, like, you know, I used to work that out like that in high school, if not more in high school, because I was one of those kind of athletes that just did it because I was told to, pretty much, because I was never like, oh, I want to achieve this. No, I just did it because my coach told me I had to. So yeah, I mean, I am working out 5 times a week, and I am a sweater, and that is a genetic situation that was passed down to me from both sides of my family. So you gotta love that. And so yeah, like I have to take all of these things into consideration as to, you know, how to move forward, but also how to ensure that I don't necessarily have a similar situation happen again. And so yeah, I mean, I am, in the grand scheme of things, I'm very, very happy, very, very blessed, of course, that I'm able to afford all of this stuff, and also just able to talk to somebody else, whether it's a coworker, a friend, a family member that has a similar situation to me, or in the past has said something similar to me, and so they're able to give me advice. And so that has also been really, really helpful, and that's mainly why I'm doing this like kind of situation where I'm telling you guys what's going on with me, in the event that maybe you had a similar situation and nobody was here to tell you. This could be, it could be that simple. It could be that you had some form of allergen, some form of allergic reaction in the past, and did not realize that whatever your current symptom that you're dealing with could be an effect of that past allergen. And so for me, as crazy as it is, I would have never gotten here. I would have never kind of gotten to this understanding had I not been open with friends, co-workers, family, everybody. Like, I don't, yeah, that's a question I'm gonna tell you the answer, you know? So it's just been really, really nice to have that situation for me, and I just wanted to kind of share it with you all, and all of course the products. Another kind of preemptive thing, when I was towards the, I think maybe November, so when I went on my hiatus from filming and uploading and all of that, I pretty much stopped doing skincare because I was so focused on working out and doing what I needed to do to improve, to get where I need to get, that, like I said, I stopped skincare. So my skin had gotten so dry that I was actually getting some like dry, flaky, not flaky, but dry patches on my skin. And I realized and kind of came to the conclusion that this is another avenue where I could improve the types of products that I'm using. So I already had a scent-free shampoo, and I would love to try and find a scent-free conditioner. I'm sure there's one out there, I just haven't really looked. But in addition, I decided to, as much as possible, which I think it is pretty possible and pretty a thing that I can do, to actually move to being scent free on my skincare as well. So that's why I picked up the, what was the brand, the First Aid Beauty moisturizer that I did was purely so that I could be fragrance free on my skincare, and it's been working. I've not had any problems. I always feel like my skin is super hydrated, and the only times that I don't actually use that particular moisturizer is at night, and it's only because, once again, even though I'm not actively doing the project pan, I am still actively project panning certain products, and one of those products I keep getting from Beautylish every time I order from them is a moisturizer, and it's a sample, and it's actually a pretty good sample. So I just go ahead and I use that at night instead of my First Aid Beauty. So that's kind of it. That's the rhyme or reason as to kind of what has been going on and kind of my conclusions as to kind of what to do. And I'm just going to continue to slowly learn and build from what I know, just every so often taking the time to just better what I'm putting in my body, how I'm treating my body, all of that. Because at the end of the day, I am getting older, okay? Every day your girl is getting older. I'm getting closer to 30, and I need to get it together, because from what I hear, 30 is when people's bodies go downhill, and I feel like my body is already there, okay? My body's already playing me like I'm 30, and I'm not. I still have a couple years left, so I'm gonna hold on to my 20s. Woo! The sun really traveled in the middle of that conversation. So in case you are wondering what I did for my eyes, I played with my Modern Renaissance and my Huda Beauty palettes. I believe somebody asked me to do a tutorial on it, and you kind of saw what I did. I'll just tell you the shades that I use. So first I put Secret in my crease, then I put Tease in my crease as well, just to deepen out that whole situation. That's where you saw the kind of mauve-ish brown in my crease, and you can still kind of see it. Then what I did is I deepened up that whole kit and caboodle with Cypress Umber from my Modern Renaissance. On the kind of outer part of my lid, I put Antique Bronze. Inner part of my lid, I put Vermeer. And of course in my inner corner, then I just kind of replicated that situation with Antique Bronze on the inner kind of lower lash line, and then I deepened out my outer lash line of lower lash line with Cypress Umber. So in case you were the individual that asked me for it, since only one person asked me for it, and I was already kind of in the need to do a work appropriate look, I figured I'd just show you guys. So yeah, that's kind of the ins and outs of what happened with my skin, with my hair, and kind of what I'm doing to move forward with the situation. I don't think there's anything else. Let me kind of finish up. I just need to put on my lip products, which I'm almost done with this lip liner. Success. Almost done with my lipstick as well. I'll just show you guys so you guys can see a sneak peek. This is my lipstick, okay? Sis is almost gone. So I'm gonna put those on, maybe do another setting spray, although I think I'm fine. Put on some liner, mascara, and then I'll be back to kind of give you guys my closing remarks about my whole rant when it comes to my hair. Alrighty guys, so I did just throw on my normal mascara on top, which is my Essence. On the bottom I actually just went with the ColourPop, and for my liner I tried a new liner. This is the LA Girl Ultimate in black. I previously had a kind of cream shade from them. I really liked the formula and I figured I'd try the black. This glided on my waterline and my tight line efficiently, effectively. I didn't even need to tug my lower lash line and like tug, no, it was just smooth application. I didn't have to, like, I know some people have to take a cotton swab and clean out their waterline first to get really good opacity with their liners. I didn't have to do anything. Very excited. I actually got a couple of colors of this one because it was like on a sale and I figured why not. There were a couple of shades that like I don't have, and I really, like I said, have previously enjoyed that formula. Overall though, I don't really have any kind of final thoughts. I'm just happy that I'm learning not only to take care of myself, but how to do my hair more and better. So I have found that my hair has grown. I don't know if it's strategically or effectively because of this situation, but I will tell you my hair is the longest that it has ever been in its natural state as 4C. I did previously have a perm in high school that did not last very long at all, and so in this state of it and being in its natural kind of curly pattern, I can now put my hair in a ponytail, and it's not one of those like it's a fake ponytail, it's a ponytail, okay? And so for me, that is a success. I am so happy, and I just can't wait for my hair to continue to grow. I do have hopes of like having that full voluminous fro that will just fold on itself, and I don't really need a scrunchie. It will just kind of lay. I cannot wait until I am at that level of length, but until then I am going to keep hopefully taking care of my hair and enjoying it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I would love to hear if you guys have any recommendations on hair products, especially after you've heard me like kind of talk about my issues with certain hair products. Like I said, I'm not trying Olaplex at all. Like, don't clock me when it comes to Olaplex again, it's not happening. But any other brand, maybe I'll look at the ingredients, see if there's fragrance or anything that may potentially be an irritant to me, and yeah, I might pick it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one, which will of course be tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last must-have must-gag of this year, because the Sunday after that I will be starting my collection series and I need the full week pretty much. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow once again for my new makeup releases. Alrighty, bye.